Good morning, everyone. I am here. I am excited to be with you. I hope everyone is having an amazing day today. I know it's only 9 o'clock and we should be having an amazing day, and if you're like me and you wake up early in the morning, not necessarily always because you want to, but I happen to, I've already been up for 5 hours. So we're good. We're good. My day's going, everything else. I've got stuff planned. But today we are going to discuss something that so many people, it's like I can see it already. I feel it in the air. I know that you do. Time management in the holiday season when you're running a business sucks. Plain and simple, it sucks. We don't like doing it. We sit there and we stress out. I mean, I think we build stress on top of stress. We have stress over the fact that we're doing something. If you're here, say hi. I'd love to hear from you. Just to let you know, my name is Dana. I am an automation and system specialist specializing in actually the client experience so that you guys can be the CEO that you want to step into. You want to step out of doing stuff inside your business and you want processes automated. I know it's a wonderful thing and you're like, yeah, that's a pipe dream, but it's really not. But today what we're going to do is discuss some simple techniques and simple things for managing our time during this stressful season. I don't know about you. I have a kid coming back. I have my grandson. He's going to be with me for the holiday season, and so I have to put that in my calendar, and I have to remember that when I'm doing phone calls and everything, he's going to be here, right? I mean, some of you have met him. He shows up and lets you know that he's 5 and he wants to tell you about everything that he's done today. And you know what? It's okay. It's okay for that to happen. And it took me a while to actually get into that phase of, my kids are going to show up. My dog's going to bark. Who knows what else is going to go on, because I guarantee you something else is going to go on. The doorbell has rung and it was really funny. It happened the other day and we have a Google Nest doorbell and it gobbles like a turkey. So in the middle of a phone call, it's like my Google thing decided to, and no one ever rings my doorbell ever. So someone did ring my doorbell and it gobbled like on the phone call and it was just hilarious. And, we have to give ourselves allowances for this. And we have to acknowledge the fact that it's okay for things like this to happen. Life is going to happen within the next 30 days that we may or may not expect. Today is the last day of November. We're counting tomorrow. And then, it just snowballs. The stress about the fact that we want to get everything done before our kids get out of school, then what do we need to do afterwards? We won't even discuss, well, we can, the wrapping of presents, the ordering of presents, the hiding of presents, because, everyone seems to want to know where presents are. I can tell you my entire entryway is filled with Amazon boxes. It's just life. Don't ask me what's in the Amazon boxes, and I'm almost afraid to open them because everything is addressed to me. No matter who orders it, it's addressed to me. And I'm like, gee, thanks. But then I've been warned that some of these things are actually gifts for me. So, it's stressful. It sounds really weird, but that's stressful. So what are some of the things that we can do as business owners, as parents, as people who want to maintain our sanity, no matter what religion, anything else? Holidays stress everyone out because we're working around other people's schedules as well, right? So right now, the first thing I want you to do is go look at your calendar, pick the day that you're going to get off. You're out of office. My calendar, if I look at it right now, I have off. Now, I took off half the day on Well, no, I'm off on Friday, so I don't worry about that too much. But I took off half the days on Monday and Tuesday, the 19th and 20th. I'm out of the office afternoon. And then Wednesday through the 21st through the 31st, I'm not taking phone calls. I'm not. I'm baking cookies. On those days, I am baking cookies. I'm enjoying time with my family. I'm enjoying life. It is too short for us not to. So right now, I want you to go on your calendar, figure out what it is, and mark it off. That doesn't mean that you can't work. I always like to emphasize this to people because I guarantee you I will be on the computer during those days. I'm just not accepting calls. Why? Because the calls dictate where I have to be and when. And that's not something I enjoy doing during the holiday season. If I have to be on a call at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, that dictates when I'm having lunch, when I have to actually be back from wherever I decided to go that morning, and what I'm going to do. So a lot of people, they'll just say, okay. Again, it doesn't mean I'm not going to answer emails. I will tell people that I'm out of the office and be slow. But I'm still there. And it's okay for me not to be there because my family is more important. And I guarantee you I would have a lot more fun hanging out with the 5-year-old sometimes than being on a bunch of Zoom calls. Because again, life is too short and I want to enjoy those moments. And for me, the moments of baking cookies and getting him in a sugar high and then handing him back to his father, they're priceless. Absolutely priceless. And that is grandma, that's what grandmas get to do. We get to sugar rush them and then we get to send them on their way. We plan for this. We wait for this moment from the day our own child was born. We wait for this, right? We want to make our kids pay for what we had to go through with them. That's what it is. So that's the first thing. I want you to go through your calendar, pick the days that you're going to have off. It's okay to do half days. Maybe you just want to do the morning. Maybe you just want to take off in the morning because one of your kids maybe takes a nap in the afternoon and you can work during that time if you want to. And it's okay for you to take a nap during that time too. So another thing that I do, and I started this years ago, and this was probably one of the better things that I did. My entire gift giving schedule, presents, everything is actually on a Trello board from 2018. I skipped last year, long story, but everything's on a Trello board. So I know what I gave everyone last year, and I know where I'm missing gifts. And I actually mark down, I literally I have rows of people. Each person gets a little column. Then each present gets a card. Okay? Each present has the information on it. First, it tells me what the hell it is. Second, I say, where did I order this from? Third, I say, how much did I pay for it? Now, I have 5 kids plus 2 grandkids. The numbers don't always come out even, but we're just going to go with that. But I do try to keep it relatively even, and that's because that's just how I can budget it. So it also lets me know, okay, where did I order the gift cards from? How much are they? Because what Joe and I have done for many, many years is we have stocked up our credit card points throughout the year. And then right after Thanksgiving, what we'll do is, we just did it the other night, is we go through and we order the gift cards that we want for whoever we're ordering gift cards for, right? So this kind of helps out a little bit with everything because we've saved it all through the year. Some of the gifts are actually for us. Like we give ourselves back gift cards. Some of the things we've realized is that we have sales on gift cards. Like we can get a $100 gift card for $95 or points. So instead of spending, $100 or spending 95, does it make a big difference? Absolutely. Why? Because, okay, that gives us our cash bonus right now of what do we have in cash to spend otherwise. So it kind of helps us out with our budget. But that helps me organize everything so I know where the holes are. Now, another thing that I do is I do bake cookies. I invite everyone over to bake cookies with me. At least some cookies. I let all the kids decorate cookies. I make a bunch of sugar cookies. They can knock themselves out, cut whichever patterns they want, and go to town. And then I send them all home. So it gives the kids an afternoon something to do, and I have cookies. Why do I make so many cookies? Because I can give them away. And they can be gifts. And you know what? People appreciate cookies. I have no problem accepting cookies. Don't feel bad if you don't make cookies. It's just something that I do. And it does help because then I don't have to, I always have something to give someone. And I've already made it. And I make about 5 or 6 different types of cookies depending on the year. And it depends how frustrated I get. And I do not allow my stress level to get to the point that it's not fun. If it does get to that point, I'm not making any more cookies. So decide where your priorities are. Now, I used to wrap everything on Christmas Eve. I would like to explain to you how difficult that is. It's a nightmare. Why? Because how many of us have children that decide never to go to bed? The one night out of the year, they decide they are never going to sleep. And so you can't even get the stuff out of the house until they are. And this is why we are exhausted on Christmas morning. So now when stuff comes in, I wrap it. Now it goes directly underneath the tree. I also started giving out, everyone has a number versus their name on the gift, because I got tired of having 5 kids and everyone looking at the things to see how many each person got. And so I stopped doing that. So you can help yourself by organizing. And again, that number goes on my Trello board because they won't get the same number as last year. At least I try. I rotate through. The next thing that I want to discuss with time management is also try to limit the number of calls you have coming in during this season. Either that or good afternoon, Ashley. Morning. It's morning. It's very much morning. Yeah, I absolutely love doing that. Trust me, I didn't come up with all these ideas on my own. I did not. Some of them have been trial and error. And I want you to limit the number of phone calls that you take during this season. I've seen some people, they've laid on the phone calls and everything else to book everyone for January. And guys, it's okay to tell people right now that your start date is in January. It's okay. You may lose a couple people, but the people that know your value are okay with January. January will come up quick. I mean, how fast did December come up? Tomorrow is December. I'm like freaking out over that whole concept. So it's a really good thing to go ahead and do it that way. Then on top of that, what I want you to do, this I read sometime last week, and I honestly cannot tell you where I read it from, and I really should have bookmarked it so that I could give this person props, because wherever they came up with this idea, this was genius. I would like you to get a Post-it note. And I don't want you to get the big ass ones. No, this is a regular Post-it note. There's nothing fancy about it. It's not the really long one. It doesn't have any cute writing on it. It's a Post-it note, okay? Sticky note, whatever you want to call it. You can get the generic ones. My other ones are all generic. This one is actually Post-it note. I like the colors and it matched my steno pads. Yes, they do match. And I have purple writing pens, in case anyone didn't know what my favorite color was. This is your to-do list. sit down in the morning, write down your to-do list. If it doesn't fit on the Post-it note, it does not go on the Post-it note. You do not start a new Post-it note because it means you're trying to do too much shit in one day. Write normal as well. Don't write really itty bitty. I mean, we are not teenagers that were told one, we could take in one index card with everything to all our notes to take a test, right? No, that's not who we are. We want legible Post-it notes of the things that we need to get done today. Again, if it does not fit on the Post-it note, it does not need to get done today. You're trying to put too much in there. Once it's done, you get to throw away your Post-it note and feel like you accomplished something. But that way, at the same time, say I finish my Post-it note list at noon because I wake up at some incredibly dumb hour in the morning. But say I finish it at noon. Guess what the rest of the day is for? It's for me. It's my time. Why? Because we need our time. We need our time during this. And I know it is, I can guarantee you, we have never been big on, my generation was not the self-care generation. We are not. We are plowing through the snowstorm to get to where we want to go because we need to get there and we know how to get there the best. And it's great. No. We need to start taking time for ourselves and appreciate what we can and cannot do. It doesn't mean you start a new Post-it note list. Please do not do that. It's very, very tempting to add to our list. This is probably one of the most tempting things that would happen. We like to put more stuff on ourselves. And that does not mean we just get to go sit in a bubble bath and eat bonbons. But we could. If our life allowed it, go for it. I'm saying have a blast. But it's you time. So take the time to take a nap. Say you have kids. You get done by noon. Take that nap with that kid. I do. Whether he wants a nap or not, I guarantee you we'll be resting between usually right after lunch till around 1:30. Why? Because it makes us both more enjoyable in the afternoon. It makes us both more gripping to, like, we're more open to have more fun in the afternoon if we do that. So the Post-it note thing, whoever the heck came up with that, it is freaking genius. And I guarantee you it will get you through this season. However, like I said, it is a standard size Post-it note. Do not go get the massive ones because now they have like these sticky ones with like massive to-do lists, like grocery list size. No, that is not it. Now, I also want you to think about meal planning. Oh, good Lord. The number of people that do not meal plan. And I will be honest with you right now. Joe does most of our cooking. For the first X number of years of our marriage, I did pretty much all of it. The first couple of years, I don't know what we did. I think we ate so much, like takeout and everything else, but we worked at a computer store. We owned a computer store, and like the calories just kind of went through us. I mean, those were the days we could work all day, drive up to Atlantic City, drink and like gamble all night, then drive back home. And it was a 4-hour drive and then go back to work and then pass out that night. And we'd still be okay getting a normal number of hours of sleep. Right now, 8:30 at night, dude, I'm done. We're done. We're done talking, everything else, right? Why? Because we are just tired. And think of it as time when you get done with your stuff, when you get done with your list, it is time for you to recharge. This is a great time for you to, I do not journal, but I do write a lot of notes. And most of my notes, most of my posts, most of my ideas come in during this recharge session. They either come at 2 o'clock in the morning when I wasn't ready to wake up, or they come during this recharge session. So go ahead and take this time that you have, you've done your list for the day. Recharge yourself. And if you have ideas, plot them out. Why? Because it's going to help you. It's going to help you in your business in some way, shape, or form. And, go with that. Now let's talk about meal planning. Meal planning with Joe. I don't know what the man does. I think he just finds stuff on Facebook, and next thing I know, I've got dinner. I don't know how he does it. I did it differently. I had to plan my entire week out. Why did this help? I had 5 kids, sometimes up to 9 in the house. And it let me regulate how much food I had going in and out. Now, it's even better nowadays because you can budget a lot better. Why do I say that? Delivery. I know some of you are against it. Some of you don't want to do delivery. Some of you don't have delivery. Guys, it's okay. I'm going to tell you something that I used. It was called emails. It is still in existence. Emails has evolved in the last 20 years. And I can tell you I've been using this, I'm going to say 15 years, because I think that Jake was 5 when I started using it. 5 or 6, somewhere around there. But it plans my entire week out based on the dietary preferences that I want. And it's not super expensive. Now, I'm not a proponent of, I do not advocate for Dave Ramsey. However, he does have a 10% off coupon. He does promote this thing. I have nothing to do with him. Good morning, Teddy. Afternoon, Teddy. I do not say anything. Evening, actually. It's like 10 o'clock, 9:30 there. Go to bed. I'm exhausted. So, but he promoted this like back in the day when he was like big in his heyday. And I guess he still is. I don't know. I don't follow him or anything else. But he has like a 10% off coupon that I've used every year, which is Dave. I think it's 10% off. Emails is wonderful. They have an app. You can select meals that you don't want. You can now, they've changed it where you can actually look at other menus. It used to be you were stuck with the menu that you have. But then you can go ahead and fulfill your order with either Instant Cart or Walmart delivery, whatever. And it does it based on your store preferences. Like if you want to order from Walmart, which is where I order from because we pay the $99 a year, and they deliver as much shit as I want. But it's perfect for that because it's done. And my food gets delivered. Everything gets put away. I get to sit there and I know what we're having Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and lunches are leftovers. And I do plan it that way. I plan to have, a lunch for my daughter, a lunch for myself. Joe doesn't usually need one. Previously, we didn't have leftovers. When you have 5 to 9 kids in a household, you don't have leftovers. Very rarely do you have leftovers. So I still use it. I use the app. If you are the one that wants to go shopping versus having delivery, it does a grocery shopping list for you. You can either print it out or use it on your phone. It used to be you had to print it out. And what was great is you can just mark off everything that's already in your pantry and boom, it's done. How does this help you? First of all, how much money do we spend going to the grocery store that we didn't want to buy in the first place? I can explain to you. Joe went to the grocery store this morning for one thing, maybe 2. He walks in with 5 different bags. Most of them are snacks. Okay. He did get the things that we asked for, but most of them are snacks. So if you did that a lot, then it doesn't always work very well for you. It's okay, but it definitely doesn't help you stay within a budget. And it doesn't help with your sanity because all of a sudden it's Wednesday night and you realize you got to go to the damn store again because you forgot something. Pay attention to the sales. Use some sort of meal planning thing. Plan out your week And have things that can make multiple meals. Like we do spaghetti on like Sunday night. Joe makes a huge thing of spaghetti sauce. That's for pasta one night. Another night, if I wanted to, I could use it for like chicken, like a chicken parmesan without the pasta. I don't usually serve pasta with that. Or I could do like meatball subs like towards the end of the week, and it's perfect. And then we freeze the rest of the sauce. So these type of things will definitely help your sanity. And this is what you really need to work on during this season. So step one, go to your calendar and go mark off what you are not going to work, where you are not accepting calls at all for the holidays. Go mark it off. Like I said, on the 16th, I'm off half a day. Well, I don't work Fridays anyway, so that's not that big of a deal to me. But JJ has a half a day that day, which means that I have him the next week. So I had to, I had to limit. So on Monday and Tuesday are the only 2 days I'm taking phone calls, but they're all in the morning. I'm not taking any afternoon phone calls because we need to have our time as well. Second, I want you to go through your call schedule and decide how many calls you actually want to take and when are you going to start taking new clients? Are you going to start them in January or are you going to start them right away? At this stage, you might want to consider starting in January so that you do not get Slack messages and everything else on Christmas. And trust me, it happens. It happens. Third, if you think about it, there's stores that are open on Christmas Day. So, and I understand that not everyone celebrates the holiday. But I also think that it's a good time to have off no matter what. Third, make your Post-it note list. Remember, normal size sticky note, I think it's 2.5 by 2.5. I don't know. They don't tell me. If you're just looking for the little square ones. Pick a color. They have 50 million colors out there, guys. I think I picked up like my generic ones. I got like 12 packets of these things for like $5, and they're purple. So I use them actually to put in notes when I'm sending stuff to people as well. So they're totally helpful. Go ahead and do this. This is your to-do list. If it does not fit on the sticky note, it does not go on your to-do list, and you do not do anything more than that. If it does happen, you do write in normal handwriting. But if it does happen that you start to do other things, you might find yourself a little bit overwhelmed. But this is a great little time management tool. I know, it's a sticky note. Next, meal plan. Decide what you're going to do and when. Decide what you're going to eat. I pretty much have my Christmas dinner planned. Christmas Eve and Christmas dinner. Christmas dinner, believe it or not, we don't even do, I don't cook. I might reheat, but I don't cook because I make the dinner on Christmas Eve. Everything else is leftovers, and I think we reheat a ham. So it's like have sandwiches, enjoy yourselves, whatever. Plan time for yourself during this season because you need as much self-care as you possibly can. Because you want to maintain your sanity, because it's a season to enjoy everything. And if you're not enjoying it, no matter who you are, where you are in the world, it's a season to think about not just yourself, but everyone else. Again, no matter who you are, what religion, it doesn't make a difference. I speak as Christmas only because we celebrate Christmas. It has been one of my favorite times during the year. The only times a year I actually really enjoy cooking are Thanksgiving and Christmas. It's a peaceful time, and find something that is peaceful for you. So if that peaceful time for you is sitting there staring at Christmas lights, because Christmas lights are gorgeous. I don't care who you are. They're pretty. And sitting there and drinking hot cocoa and looking at it, sitting there drinking champagne and looking at it, that's me. You know, whatever, find what brings you happiness and find what brings you a little bit of peace during this time. Because when you recharge like that, you come into the next year, you come into the next month so energized that you'll still be able to do it. And you still maintain those same boundaries. And it's amazing how it can flow over into everything, your business, your family life, dealing with kids. If you take these little time management tricks and tips, they help you maintain the boundaries, which all of us seem to have issues with. Everyone I've talked to has issues with boundaries. And it helps you maintain your own sanity so that you take care of yourself so you can be the best you that you are in 2023, because 2023 is going to rock. So guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I cannot wait to talk to you some more. If you guys have any questions, or I would absolutely love to hear what some of your favorite time management tips are during this season, go ahead and let me know. Oh, I will throw this out there because it's been asked from me a couple of times and I completely forgot. Never have I done Elf on a Shelf. Never. I don't know when it came out. And do you know what? None of my kids feel deprived of Elf on the Shelf. Okay? They don't feel deprived. My son they've been debating this and they want to do it. I'm like, knock yourself out. Good luck with that. So it's okay to say no to certain things during any time. It's okay to say no, and your family will not hold it against you the rest of your life. And if any of my kids watch this, do not tell me that you feel deprived over the fact that you didn't see Elf on a Shelf, that you didn't have it. Some of you, it wasn't even around. And trust me, you guys are doing just fine without it. All right, guys. So you all have a wonderful day. I want to hear your tips. What are some of the things that help get you through the season? And what are some of the things that you think from this that are going to help you? And I'd love to hear from you. Just go ahead and mark it in the comments. It's on Facebook. It's on YouTube. It's on LinkedIn. Phew! All right. I've done it all. All right, guys. You have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much.